Hello my friends, Denise here from Susar, and it is so good to see you. I broke my hand, so this project is my very first, and it's kind of getting me all going. In order for me to function properly, I'm using this stuff that doesn't dry. It's like a sticky, and I've got these little letters, and I want to write out something that's important to me that I know my husband's going to see when he comes over to visit the cats this week, Monday probably. Oh no, he's taking me to the doctor Monday, so he'll see it Monday. And I need to try to, I only have one hand, so I'm using this this stuff that never dries. It's tacky, and I can do anything with it. I'm going to be using graphenite watercolor pencils, and it's really cool because the paint that we'll be using is also graphenite. And look at that, I don't have to hold that ruler down at all. This is just amazing. I had to think real hard about how I was going to do this, and if everything happens for a reason, my friends, it was that I bought 2 packs of this sticky stuff and I barely got through the first pack, and I mean there's so much stuff hanging in my house from this. It's incredible. But look at how easy I can do this now. I'm just so pleased. But I'm going to go ahead and get 11 lines down here. And a little backstory. So I was hoping to kind of put that video in here to show you what happened, because you could actually hear me fall. It was a Friday the 23rd, and the wind was about 45 miles an hour, and I love clouds, so I'm in the backyard just enjoying all the different layers of clouds and how fast they were going in different ways and different speeds. I was totally loving it, and I must have been backing up because I slipped and my hand fell underneath my head and stopped my head from hitting a brick, but I broke it, and I broke it right up underneath the thumb, and so it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. But I guess the best thing that came out of it for me was major decisions, you know. I decided to take Social Security, and I got the ball rolling on that. And if anybody has ever had to do an FMLA, that's a pain in the butt, but I got it all done. On Sunday, I was over at work giving them all the paperwork, and got my PTO in for this week. And I'm just going to go with the flow, you know. These are things that I cannot control. So I'm just controlling the things that I can, and that's my health, and making sure I cancel as many, you know, silly subscriptions that I have, and, you know, cleaning that up, and it's going to be okay. So I'm going to kind of give you an idea of what's going on next. Going to be flipping, I believe we're going to paint. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So this graphenite paint is amazing, because not only can you dab it like you can any watercolor paint, but if you want to erase parts, you know, if you want to write in it with an eraser, you can do that, which is really, really cool. I just love working with it, especially on Yopo, or any kind of paper. It's really, really good. I'm going to try to use, I'm looking for a red to kind of be my bottom, because that's where all the energy is going to be kind of hanging out at. And you'll see the cool thing about the graphenite is that we can start dabbing away and creating different textures and stuff, which is, it just makes it so cool. And I was really hoping, because this was almost a 20-minute bit, so I sped it up, and I hope not to keep you longer than 10, but it looks like we should be right at 10, and then the rest is really, really short. But it came out really, really good. I'm very, very pleased with the way it came out, and the letters, and the childlike appeal to it, but the seriousness of what's being said. You know, that cheating it's not always a physical thing. Cheating can be, you know, somebody you meet online, you know, and you start sharing your stories and heart emojis and shit like that. You know, that's cheating. That's cheating, especially when you're married, you know, because obviously you're getting excited about somebody else that's not your wife. And yeah, when he got busted, he was not happy. He would not let me see his phone. He was making all sorts of excuses. And then the next thing I know, he booked it out of here. He lives with his dad now. And that's the way he wants to do it. You know, that's the way he wants to do it. But so I'm at the house alone, and I'm just grateful that, you know, a phone call to him, and he does come to help. He may not like it. He's quite frustrated, a little angry. But he's got things going on in his life, and I think I've always been his punching bag. So, you know, despite my broken hand, you know, I'm still his punching bag. So I guess it's kind of nice he's not in the house, because I don't have anybody to nag. But I also don't have anybody to talk to. So I'm so happy to have you guys here. This is the most I've spoken out loud in 2 days. So it's kind of cool. We're going to do a lot more stuff. We're going to, using, like I said, using the paintbrush today was, you know, I noted to myself, there are several ways you can hold this, and it's not always going to be the best way. This, you know, the way you're doing it right there, that's not the best way. That's not the best way. I should be holding it like I'm holding a stick, you know. And I did try that, you know, a little bit earlier, and it was awesome. And I don't know why I keep forgetting. I think the brain just goes back to what it knows. And so as I train my left hand to be productive painting, I'm going to be doing that stick method. I like that method, and I think that's the preferred method for drawing and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, this could all, you know, everything happens for a reason. Maybe my oil painting will pick up, because I love to paint in oil, and I've been really looking forward to going back to that. But we'll start baby steps. Baby steps. We're going to do this in baby steps. And if there's one thing I enjoy, it's this community, and I'm so grateful to have you out there, because I'm a bit of an introvert. I'll be honest with you. But you know, just knowing that I have so many followers, and they're wonderful, wonderful people. And you know, it doesn't matter if you don't comment and like. I'm not here to monetize. I'm here to share my exploration in this whole thing we call art, because art is for art's sake. It's for, you know, my explorations could be your new techniques. My new findings could be your new findings. You know, something that may help you along with your journey. And so look at me trying to dry my brush. It's crazy. I have a vise. I use a vise to open cans and water bottles and all sorts of things. I'm just grateful to have a vise. You know, I brought it in from the garage, and it's like, yeah, baby, here we go. All right, we're getting to wind this down, and when we come back, I will be speaking. All right, drying it off. It's great. Worked out awesome. Gotta flip this. Oh, yeah. All right, kids. Welcome back, my friends. It's all nice and dry. I've had dinner. Boo-boo's still a bad boo-boo. What I wanted to explain, I remembered to turn my music off this time. No voiceover. But I wanted to explain that I literally I can't do a thing with this hand. I keep a vise in the kitchen to vise down stuff I need to open, whatever. But I've come up with some pretty cool solutions to this ridiculous problem. Alright, so I showed you that I'm going to be using little letters for this piece here. And it says, call me crazy, but cheating in 2024 doesn't start in the bedroom or suddenly driving over to their house. Cheating starts with a friend request, a like, a heart reaction to their story. It's time we call it for what it is. It starts with emotional cheating that then leads to physical, and that's a fact. That's kind of what I'm going through with my husband right now. That's why I live alone. Alright, so what I've done is I've got some fabric fuse here. And the reason why I chose this is cotton, and fabric fuse also works really well for when you want to embellish your fabric with stuff like this. So I've opened this on the vise. I haven't used it so long, but it's still good. And my thinking on this is to pour some in here and apply it to where I want the letter, and then pop the letter in. My daughter, may she rest in peace, bless her heart, had these wonderful tools for jewelry making, and this is so easy for me to do, and I've tested it on the pieces. I can move them. So that's what the thinking is here. Now I'm just going to do a little bit, and then I'll go off camera and finish it, and we'll come back and see what the next steps might be. Trust me, this is I'm learning to do a lot with my left. My left is very tired though. It's getting quite fatigued. I broke the hand last Friday, so the 23rd, and I haven't been able to do anything till like today, I think, because the pain was just too much. Alright, so I like the positioning here. I'm going to stick with these lines. I used water soluble graphenite pencils, and I'm going to go ahead and put that C right here, and I might have to turn this stick over to get a little bit more. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to pick up the C, and I'm going to place it. I'm trying to go in the middle of the line, so let's go just like that. There. Letter 1 and done. Gonna kind of bring you down a little bit. I certainly don't want to bore you. We'll just do the first word, okay? And then I'll get the rest of this done. And so we're gonna go and do the same thing with the A. Gonna drop some. You know, I think I'm gonna use the other end, because it might give me a bigger drop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. It does dry clear. Oh yeah. And maybe my fingers will work better than that thing. Whoop. Alright, let's do. And I want to get that. I do want them to be like in the middle of that line, and they don't have to be perfect. So the word we got right now we're going to finish is call. C-A-L-L. I'm just going to go ahead and put this glue right in there. Alright. See, we're learning as we go. Yep, learning as we go. See, the thing is I can't see. Sucks to be me right now. But we're getting there. Whoop. Oh, could we use a little bit more for that other L? And boop. I could use another stick though for placement. I have the other half of this one. Look at that. Alright. Doesn't have to be perfect. There it is. There's the very first word, call. And like I said, I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this. I'm going to finish all of this. It could take me all night. I'm not left-handed. I'm really not. But we're going to get this done. Alright, my friends, I'll see you soon. Hello, my friends. Denise here from Susar, and I'm back. And you're not going to believe how many hours this took. Don't even ask. I am, again, using my non-dominant hand here. And I actually had a lot of fun. And came out really good. It's all about how people cheat nowadays, you know. They don't go running to people's houses and have sex anymore. It starts with a friend request and a like and a heart emoji, a reaction to their story. In time they call it for that. We need to start calling it for what it is, emotional cheating that leads to physical, and that's a fact. I even did the little feeties. I have stickers. I bought them years ago. Okay, so those of you might be asking, why would I spend so much time with this? Why would I spend this much time? Well, this is basically what my husband is doing right now. And I was over his shoulder in July, and I watched him for August. And I watched for about an hour until I just had to speak my mind and say, hey, what's going on? So, you know, he doesn't seem to think, you know, because I've asked him, do you have a girlfriend? No. And I go, no, you're crazy. You're out of your mind. Of course, a narcissist is always going to throw it back on you. And I want him to know that this is cheating just as much as, you know, not physically touching anybody, because this will lead to that. And so whatever. Anyway, he comes over to the house every morning. We are both parents to 3 babies, 3 cat babies. We're pet parents, and he likes to change the litter in the morning and give his little runty water and stuff like that, and that's fine. But he sees all the little notes I leave out, so I'm excited, you know, to see his reaction, because of course he is on camera. He knows it. But whatever. That's what he says. Whatever. But that's the whole thing, and I had a lot of fun, and it was the first time I ever held a paintbrush in my hand, my left hand, and I really kind of like it. So I'm going to explore that a little bit more with the Yopo and the watercolors. And I'll see you soon. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, the rest of your weekend. For those that are working, I'm sorry. And I would give you a heart. Here's one, and I can't do the other side, but we can go like this. Ooh. Ciao, Bella. Ow, I hit my finger. I love you, Mommy.